Hello. It was over a year ago. It's taking me a while, but it was over a year ago that we were talking with a friend about doing videos explaining, about sharing how difficult it is questioning before transition. I mean, when you're questioning, you don't really even want to know about transition. Well, yeah, sorry, you do want to know about transition, of course you do. But the main subject is how anxiety, fear, doubt, confusion really drive you nuts. And I am not exaggerating. It's like you cannot even focus on anything else. You may have so many things important in your life, but your mind just cannot pay attention to them because it's completely focused and absorbed into the anxiety of not knowing, not understanding, not because there's this narrative about always knowing, this narrative of I was afraid and I was scared, which makes absolutely total sense, mind you, but this narrative that says that they knew from they were 3, 4, 5 years old, they always knew. And I totally get where this narrative comes from. First, because for many people it's like that, and it's great. Or not. Everything has its pros and cons in this life. But for many of us, we didn't know. We didn't have the reference. We didn't have the words. We didn't have an image we could relate to. We didn't feel so clearly that way, even though it was always there. And this is the important factor, I think. It's not that it wasn't there all the time. It was. You see it later. You see it when you look backwards. But when we don't have the language for that, when we haven't seen it, it's just so difficult to put your finger on what it is. You just know that something's wrong. You just know that you don't fit in, that no matter how hard you try, no matter how much effort you put into it, no matter how many different ways to make your life better, like the house, the partner, the place to live, the work, the career, the vocation, like you just look everywhere and try to fix everything or to drown everything other ways, like addictions and just trying to hide somehow. And yet you don't know what's happening if you didn't really have the language. And yet it was always there anyway. You see it later. You have some clues. I remember, there was one thing I knew. I knew that my mind didn't work like a woman's mind. That's pretty much everything I knew. And I knew about not fitting in. I knew about being so uncomfortable. I knew about not relating at all with women or girls. But you know what? There's so many people that don't fit in, right? And for many reasons. Who knows what could have been. So when you start questioning, the fact that you didn't know is huge. It's huge. I am grateful. I am so deeply grateful for some resources I found that really helped me work through this. And the 4 resources were on the internet. There were videos, there were people talking, and specifically a forum. I will put the link below because, oh my God, that forum really, Jesus opened up everything for me. I've found really good friends in there too that have supported me along the way. And only because of that, I could have later the courage to go to a therapist, which is something you need to do if you're struggling with everything. Just go to a therapist. Please look for the help you really need. It makes every difference. But before we gather the courage to go to a therapist and even say the words, we need something that reflects us, right? Something that really makes us feel like, yeah, we're not daydreaming, yeah, we are not crazy. Well, when you go to a therapist, you still think you're crazy. Well, at least I did. But yeah, something to support you along the way until you get there. And even if you don't find exactly the same narrative as yours, maybe you can find something that gets close enough to give you some clues. It really helped me so much that here I am talking about this. So, what I think is most important from this point, from the point I am in right now, and not only having done my journey, well, not having done because I'm still in it, so not because I am doing my journey and what I've learned from my own journey, but also from what I've learned about reading tons of articles, posts, books, seeing videos, talking with people, talking with both clients and friends. The most important thing at any point of the way is to learn to love every part of you, no matter how anxious, how confusing, how lost, how trying to find something to hold on to and not finding it. No matter what, loving each and every different part of yourself throughout all the journey. Because no matter how far you go, no matter where you get, if you are not loving yourself there, the journey won't make any sense. So you may as well begin for the most important part of all, and that's loving all of those different parts of yourself. The ones that cries, the ones that shout, the ones that are happy, the ones that don't know, the ones that are terrified. Love all of them. Really love all of them. I think in the end that's the most important thing you can do here, and that you will be needing to do when you're there. So yeah, don't skip it. And the other big one, is that you are enough. You are enough now. You were enough before, and you will be enough later. But you are enough now. Literally, I cannot say anything more important than that. You are, and that's enough. So I'm gonna leave it here.